target audience that we're aiming towards for our film are British citizens aged between 16 to 20-year-olds. We choose to have this as our rating due to the fact that our film consists of a lot of harsh and effective scenes which the younger generation would become very sensitive to. This is also due to the fact that our main theme for our film is domestic abuse. It can help create a more tense atmosphere towards the audience so that they will be able to be affected strongly when reflecting upon the events that usually happen in our everyday lives in Britain.
The type of music that our audience would be into would be genres such as R&B, garage and hip-hop. They would have a liking in artists such as Rihanna, Chris Brown, 50 Cent and like garage tunes, like associated artists. Due to this being put in mind, the music that we conducted for the opening sequence is kind of related to all those genres in one. So it would appeal to our audience better, and this would cause the scene to appear as a tense atmosphere as the audience watches it.
Specifically, artists such as Eminem, with his songs and his lyrics, for instance, his song Love the Way You Lie, is very gripping. You can see this on our treatment, on our blog. The shops that our audience would sort of shop at would be shops like JD, Base, Risky, Time, New Look, perhaps. Shops that aren't very expensive, but decently priced. However, they wouldn't shop at shops such as Zara or Hollister, Debenhams, Marks and Spencers, due to their style and due to how these prices are very expensive.
With television, our audience would tend to watch a lot of reality shows such as EastEnders, Hollyoaks, Misfits and Youngers and stuff like that, and they would be opted to go to the cinema if any new releases would come out relating to those type of genres. The type of films that our audience would appeal to are films such as Kidulthood, Adulthood, Dark Knight and like London to Brighton, This Is England, stuff like that, and like films that are very gripping to them. As our film is aimed towards this type of audience, it will appeal more due to the fact that our audience would already have a liking in realistic genres of television and films.
The type of artists that our audience wouldn't be into would be artists such as Taylor Swift, One Direction or Justin Bieber.
Our film Unexpected aims mostly towards the white ethnicity people of Britain. Other ethnicities would be able to relate to it, but we figured that it would aim mostly towards the white ethnicity due to the fact that they'll be able to relate more to the themes better. We also figured that this ethnicity would be would be more understanding, and all the conventions and themes would be portrayed more effectively.
The location that we've used, we've targeted at, would sort of be obviously Britain, but specifically would be places such as East London and urban places, due to the fact that these are working class. Our audience wouldn't be situated in places such as Chelsea or Kensington, which are associated with the upper class. And also, our audience will also understand cultural references and dialects such as slang language, which is usually associated with these certain places, such as Hackney or Peckham. As well as this, their habits would sort of be like partying or alcohol, like what teenagers do at this age, well, 16 to 20-year-olds, that's what they do. Socialising with their mates in the park, smoking. They wouldn't do anything like golfing or paintball. They would play on their PS3, Xbox, and they would be phone addicts, so they're updated with everything that's happened in the world. They only have these habits as they suit their budget of money, so they don't have a lot of money to do more extravagant things.
So for instance, if they were going to shops, they would have to pick shops which would be cheaper to their budget, and they wouldn't be spending enough, like, too much money.
Yes.
Like stores like Primark, the prices have increased a lot, so they're unable to spend as much, so their class is a bit down on that side. The pre-production that we conducted for our target audience was creating a Vox Pop video. With the Vox Pop, we were able to get more varied opinions from the audience that we used, in contrast to the questionnaire, where opinions were limited. With this action, we were able to ask many questions to individual random citizens of Britain.
Aged between around 16 to 20.
Yeah, and we just basically walked around the streets and asked different people who we thought that would relate to our audience. And we asked them on advice on how we would be able to produce our film and to their likings. They responded back with quite a few responses on how we should lay out the storyline for our film, our opening sequence, in a very effective way. Through the Vox Pop, we were able to get advice on how we would able to improve on that. Yeah.
Mostly, some of the advice would be to make sure that our theme is represented really unique and powerful and effective, so it can be taken seriously as well.
Yeah. Awesome.